Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Megan, a programming intern at SCORE, and in this episode I have special guests Ishi and Elaine joining me to talk more about friendships during the pandemic. So would y'all like to start by introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Elaine. I'm a sophomore at Scripps, and I'm going to be dual majoring in media studies and economics.
Hi, I'm Ishi at Scripps. I'm a second year, and I am going to be majoring in molecular biology.
Well, welcome to the SCORE podcast, and thank you so much for being here today. How has it been meeting people and making new friends online?
Oh, I think it was challenging at first, but I think I've kind of gotten good at it. Like, I think it's best when teachers have the private function open on their Zoom classes, and then I reach out to people. So it's been difficult, but I've been really trying to reach out to people.
Yeah.
So for me, the online works better.
Yeah, that's actually really true. I never thought about it like that. I feel like I don't really reach out to people in general because I'm so nervous to reach out to people. But people are much braver than me. Because there was this one girl in my stats class, we were introducing ourselves to the class and just saying what our majors were. And we were the only ones that were a media econ dual major. And then she messaged me privately. She's like, oh, we should do our stats homework together. And I was like, okay. And then yeah, I feel like people are very brave. I don't know if I'm like that.
Wait, that's so cute.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so nice. But I don't know. I'm definitely more nervous than to reach out to people because I don't know if they would want to talk to me. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, Elaine, I know everyone would love
No.
to talk to you. So
Oh my.
Wait, I think Elaine and I, literally, I feel like we became friends because of, when we shifted online. So, I don't know. I feel like, you can give yourself a little more credit for that.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I didn't, Ishi, I met you kind of, through Ask online. And Elaine, I feel like we got, closer through Ask, which was all online.
Yeah.
So it's, crazy to think that, I don't know, we're forming these new close relationships in a virtual setting.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually, because I definitely feel like ASP definitely helped with meeting or just getting to know you guys more because we were only in person for a semester and a half. So then ASP allowed us to because we had weekly meetings and then we had me and Ishi were co-spos and so I feel I definitely feel ASP did bring me closer to the friends that I kind of knew in person, which is good. But yeah, meeting new people though, it's scary. I feel because I kind of knew you guys before, but yeah, that's true.
I had a friend. Okay, so I have this class and it's a seminar class kind of. So it's 3 hours long and I don't know anyone in the class, but the teacher has the private function open. So she said, or the professor, sorry, but she said, the professor said something that I didn't really know. It's a Pomona class. So they said chirp and I didn't know what chirp was supposed to mean. So I privately messaged this girl who kind of seemed chill. It's a writing class, so her work seemed really cool, and I was like, damn, I really need to get to know her. So I was like, what does chirp mean? And she laughs and cracks a joke back. And I'm like, perfect. This is my in. So I exchanged numbers with her. And then literally right after class, you know how in person people after class would get lunch or dinner? So I reached out to her. I just FaceTimed her and I was like, okay, if she picks up, then this is it. If she doesn't pick up, then it's okay. Because so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, half of it is just being seeing the vibe of the person and if they're responding with one word or a couple sentences, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Ishi, you're so good at doing that. You're so good at
Yeah.
When we had our first conversation, we just talked about random stuff for literally 2 hours.
Oh, that's so cute.
And it was online too. I feel like you're so good at I don't know,
you bring out such good positive like energy and vibes, and people like gravitate towards that, and like it's just so easy to talk to you.
True.
I don't know. I feel like it was very difficult to talk to me in person, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm in my own space right now, right? So I feel more comfortable. Like,
Mhm.
also, you can always do the Zoom glitch, okay? Be like, okay, you could just freeze and then be like, oh wait, the fan's moving in the background. You're like, I don't know what that's about.
That's so true. I think for me, like making new friends during the pandemic, it's been a little bit like different. Like I definitely feel like being on like online and like on Zoom, like I just don't really text people. I think Ishi knows this. But I just like am like I don't know. I kind of just am not really like a person that just like keeps in touch. I kind of just like to be with them like in person and then like get to know them more because like so I actually am living in Seattle right now with like some friends that I met um online or like I knew one of the friends from mock trial and then we got closer through mock trial and then she invited me to live with her and her friends in the fall semester and one of them was from Scripps, another one was from Occidental College and like meeting them was like really cool and I definitely feel like more community now that I'm with them than if I was at home and like on Zoom and like meeting friends online because I feel like even though like I have like met some like new people online like the new people that like I've never talked to before I like don't think I would ever talk to them in person. But I don't know if this is like a different experience for you guys because like
That hurts.
no, like no, but like we already know. Like I would definitely like talk to you guys because like I already know you guys and you guys like are like really close. And then like people who are just like in my classes, like I don't think I would. Like I just like feel so awkward. Like I don't know. Like I don't think I'm that close with them, like compared to you all. But I don't know.
Okay. I will say people have Zoom personalities or like FaceTime personalities.
Yeah.
Because like this semester I
Yeah.
worked on a project with someone. So like this is how we became friends. So we had two people in our group and like they're introverts. Okay. And I've met them like maybe once and we all didn't like each other. We've talked about this. But we didn't like each other. And then I was like, so how come this works virtually, but it doesn't work in person? Because I've definitely talked to you both and the vibes were completely off. And
Mm.
they're like, we kind of have Zoom personalities where one of them is more extroverted because again, she feels more comforted in her own space. But the other one was like, I don't know. I feel like just working on this project, like you guys just sharing about your day while doing the work, like kind of helped me open up. But she again is like more introverted online. It's really weird, but it works with our dynamic now because we have like two extroverts and one introvert. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. That's I didn't even think about that. That's like
That's very insightful.
now I'm wondering like, do I have a Zoom personality that's different?
I'm like thinking, do I have a Zoom personality too?
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I didn't even think about that. Like, if people I meet in person will be really different. Like now I'm worried, like I don't know if they'll vibe the same.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think so too. Cause like I feel like I'm more checked out on Zoom.
I feel like it doesn't really like yes, you can get in your head about your Zoom personality, right? And like I feel like everyone has one. I definitely have one if I'm in a meeting that I don't want to be in. I'm like, I hate this. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pay attention. And same with like a group of people that like are talking about something that I don't want to talk about.
Mhm.
But when you meet someone in person and you've had the conversations in the past, right? You already have some kind of foundation. You can always like refer back to those conversations or you're like, okay, that person doesn't like talking about that. So I can think of something else when I'm with them. Does that make sense? Like, it really doesn't matter if you have one because I feel like once you have your foot in the door, it's much easier to talk to someone than it's like, oh my God, it's a random person. They don't know me. What if they don't use emojis on their phone? Like, that's different than like.
Yeah, I feel like especially in class, like when we use the breakout room feature, I feel like it can either be really good or really awkward.
Mm,
Like when if it's like no one's talking in breakout rooms and it's like completely silent, like that's so much hard. It makes it so much harder for me to like want to reach out or like talk to them once we're back on campus. Like I feel like if it's awkward in breakout rooms in class, then I see that person once we're back on campus, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, we were in class together. Remember those awkward silences
yeah.
in our breakout room?"
Yeah. I feel like breakout rooms are so like, I don't know, like they either go like really well or really awkward. I always feel awkward in breakout rooms though, because like it just
Yeah.
feels strange. And like, yeah, like I feel like you can't really connect with them through like a 15-minute or like 10-minute
Yeah.
breakout room as well as you may think.
I don't think I've made a lot of met a lot of people through breakout rooms because like you're trying to talk about like something school, right? So I think
Mhm.
individually reaching out to them. And also, I think like sometimes when teachers use breakout rooms in the morning, you're like, I don't want to talk to any people right now. So
Yeah.
like I think it's completely fine to have like awkward breakout room experiences, but you shouldn't limit yourself because of like you think that you're not being social in those moments, right? You can pick and choose your
Mm.
moments. That's the thing about online school. You can directly reach out to them, or maybe like one of your friends knows this person. So you can always get their number through that too and be like, "Hey, I think you're in my other class." Or I like reach out to them like via Facebook. Does that make sense? Like
Mm.
I wouldn't base everything if I thought about like how I was in breakout rooms while I was talking to someone, it would be not good because in breakout rooms you're supposed to talk about material that I don't even know.
I know.
I'm not paying attention in class. Like, please don't ask me.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm always confused.
No.
But that's I feel like in person, in class, like those are the moments when you meet people and like make friends, maybe. Like I know I've met a lot of friends, uh my friends now through my classes in person because we had class like group discussions and like it was just so much more natural. And then like after class, you've already like talked about the material and stuff. So you're like, oh, like let's walk back to campus together, things like that. Whereas like breakout room is just like, okay, bye, let's leave this room and go back to the main session and then not talk again.
Yeah, I also think it maybe depends on what class you have. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
because like so in my econ classes, there's definitely more room for like collaboration because like you have problem sets or you have to like do like I don't know, like you're like a lot of my profs like they kind of encourage us to create study groups and they're like, "Oh, you should like or like cuz for my stats class like I have a stats project group and then for my econ class I have like a mind tap project group and then for my energy class, I mean that one is more individual but like I definitely feel like they try to facilitate group work, but then like in my media studies class, it's more like you can do it by yourself or you can do it with other people because there's like a you can either like make a film by yourself or you can make a film with other people. And it's so I don't know, I think it really depends, like it varies like class by class, like if it's like more individual or more collaborative, and like that can kind of determine if if you're able to make friends or not, like how well the professor can facilitate.
Yeah, I think what Ishi said was really important too. Like don't limit yourself to Zoom.
I think I was inspired by like people who do homework with other people over Zoom, which is like a really interesting idea. Because I was like very against that at the beginning of like the semester. I was like, why would I do that? Like it's just quiet and I feel like my camera's just watching me.
For like my econ classes, because like we do like study groups and stuff, so like I it's not like too silent because they're always just like asking and like trying to figure out like stuff, but if I have like no, I would only do homework with someone if we were doing the same homework.
Mm.
Because like I feel like if I do like this, if we're doing different things, then
Yeah.
it's pretty much just silent the whole
Have
time.
you felt that online as well, or just in person?
For doing homework, that's different.
Yes.
I think in person I definitely have done homework. Like that's like different homework. So like I think in person works more for that because then it's just like their presence and like them doing work makes you want to do work. But then if you're on your computer and they're on your computer, you can't really keep each other like accountable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I miss browsing rooms.
yeah. True.
I think in person, I couldn't do work with other people because I like their presence would just always want me to be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, what's the homework? How's the vibes?" But like over Zoom, I can just mute myself or like, and I can just work. And like, Elaine, I feel like you live with other people, so your experience might be a little different. But like, since I live like just with my parents, I don't like, I feel like I'm just working and then like not working, going outside and like maybe like grabbing like lunch or whatever, and then going out for the evening. But like just as a walk, of course, I'm not actually going out. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But, like when I do work with someone over FaceTime or Zoom, I like it's good for me because I know that the other person's working too, which can be extremely isolating when you've just been like doing bio homework for 3 hours and you're like, holy crap, what's the point of this? Right. So if I call a friend, I'm like, hey, are you working right now? Which, 20% or, 70% of the chance she is. Like, it's nice because I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's nice to know that another college student is working too while I'm suffering. But Elaine, if you live with other people, do you guys work together in your house?
We kind of do, but we kind of like do our own thing. So a lot of my roommates, actually all my roommates are musicians. So they play like the guitar or they'll like play their instruments at random times and like sometimes like we sing together. So like sometimes like they'll like start singing, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do work anymore. I just want to go sing. Or like I'll just like be like so it's like very like I think it really depends. Like I feel like I am usually doing work by myself, but if I see them doing work, it'll make me want to do my work because like I won't really have anything to do. But sometimes when I see them like go play their instruments or go like do other things, and it'll make me want to like I don't know, like watch a reality show instead of doing my homework. But yeah, Megan, how about you?
Yeah, well, I'm currently living in Connecticut with some friends.
Yeah.
And we've done work together a little bit. It's the same thing with Elaine. Like, I feel like when I'm with people, I just don't want to do my work. So I feel like I'm really unproductive during it.
Wait, I was gonna ask, did you know like all your roommates before you lived with them? Or like were any of them new people?
No, so I've met them. We spent time together like last year. We went to Maine together for a week.
Oh wow.
That was nice.
Have you like met new friends through your roommates?
Yeah. I'm living
Yeah.
high school friend Jade. So it's pretty nice to have met Jade, who I probably wouldn't have known unless it was through Sonia because they just both know each other from high school and like growing up together in Connecticut and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Hannah's also like one of her high school friends is also living with us. So I also would have never met that friend. Her name's Catherine, but also name is Jiawei. Yeah, it was super cool because I also would have never met her without living here and like being in Seattle. And I've also met two of Hannah's high school friends from Seattle and like it's so interesting, I think, being in like the state that my friends are from because you get to know a lot more. I don't know if it's the same for you because you're in Connecticut and I think you're kind of living in like Sonia's world almost like because I feel like I sort of like learned a lot about like her background. Like she was telling me that her high school is like in her grade, siblings like go to her high school. I was like, what? That's like so crazy. And the friends that I've like met, like a lot of them are just like they go to like Ivy's. Her school's apparently like one of like the top schools in like Seattle. I was like, whoa, like this is so crazy. Like I went to public school, so like I don't know anything. And like her friend, like her high school friend, was like adopted from like China, and it was super cool to like talk to her about it because I know like I have some friends that are also adopted from China. So I don't know. It was just like really interesting, like to like kind of be in a new space where like if we didn't have this pandemic, I would have never been able to like come to Seattle. I also would have never probably wouldn't have like been able to go to Arizona for winter break, like to see Ishi either.
Elaine that takes more guts, I feel like. It's just reaching out to people and being like, hey, let's like go somewhere together. It's a power move, honestly.
I think it's so fun though. Like, I don't know, like I mean, going to Arizona, I've never been to Arizona either. So like it was super cool to like go to the Grand Canyon with Ishi, and like we went to like so many different places. We went to a different place every day, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Did you drive there?
Yeah, I drove there. It was like 5 hours driving, but it was fun though. I liked it.
Thank you both so much for joining today's episode on the Score podcast. It was so nice speaking with y'all about your experiences, meeting new people and making friends during the pandemic. And thank y'all for tuning into the Score podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and keep a lookout for our new upcoming podcast episodes. Yay!
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 Bye.